it's Melody here. Thank you so much for joining me for another Live at Lunch Monday at noon Central, 1 Eastern. So we are having a really fun week starting in my VIP group, Melody Special Peeps. Would love to have you join us if you're not already a member. And we are talking about reading and tips to help with reading. We're calling the week Struggle Bus series on reading. So we talked about today, the tip today was about the importance of reading aloud to our kids, no matter what age they are, and the benefits of that. And it just blew my mind. And I said in my VIP group, you know, that I'm so guilty of just rushing through bedtime because I'm tired and I just want to have some quiet time and I want them just to go to bed. And I'll skip a bedtime story sometimes. And it's like, it's really important to me that I try not to do that as much, especially after learning all the benefits of reading aloud to kids. It's just amazing. So I wanted to share today some of our family's favorite read alouds. So I'm down here in my little studio. I'll see if you can. I'll move my little fingers. Tons and tons. There's the cats. The cats are always with me. Tons, of books here, right? Just tons of books. And that's just like what's within hand's reach, right? We've got bookshelves over there, upstairs. We love books, which is why I do this. And so every night I'll tell Anna, after we do shower and get in jammies, I say, okay. And after Daddy brushes teeth, I say, okay, go pick your story. And she'll come down here and she'll pick whatever she wants. And this has been her favorite lately. What? So we've had this in her room for a few nights. And I'm like, I'm not reading this. So I'll say, okay, you pick one page. I'm going to read one page. And so she'll pick one page and, I'll read it. But Anna? Anyway, I thought that was so funny. So Anna wants to read Sherlock Holmes. I think because she knows I watch Sherlock. That's one of my favorite shows. And so, but anyway, so I'd really like to share with you some of my favorite read alouds with the girls that we've enjoyed together. And the first one, hands down, has been this one, the complete book of Farmyard Tales. We've had this since I started. Actually, when I started Usborne, it was over 4 years ago. It was March of 2014. And what made me really pull the trigger and go for it was that this book was one of 3 that were a special with the kit. You got the kit, but then you got these 3 extra books, and this was one of them. And I wanted this book so badly, and so I did it. And I'm so glad I did, because this book has just been amazing. It's a classic. We've had it for 26, 27 years. It has a CD, and the CD has real sound effects. It's so sweet. And the person who reads it has a British accent, so it's just so soothing for the car. Anna used to actually fall asleep to it. We'd play it in her room at night, and it was just so sweet. But we love this book. There are 20 stories, and every story starts off the same way. It says, this is Apple Tree Farm. This is Mrs. Booth the farmer. She has 2 children called Poppy and Sam and a dog called Rusty. All 20 stories start off with that. So you get to know this sweet family, and the illustrations are just adorable. And every story is just sweet. Like this one, the naughty sheep, so gentle, and nothing that's going to get their blood just going like this at bedtime, right? One is, pig gets stuck, and what's this one? Barn on fire. Okay, there's a little bit of drama there, and the run is so cute. It's so sweet. And the barn, just so you're not worried, the barn really isn't on fire. It's people camping. Look at that. It's people camping behind the barn. Oh, but it's just so sweet. So because there are 20 stories in here, they're all really short. So we would read, just one story a night, and it's just peaceful stories to get them ready for bed. So if you're looking for a really great bedtime book This is so good. It's $24.99, and you get a really great CD with it. Just classic Usborne characters. So sweet. All right, that's my favorite, hands down, read aloud book. And then this one is my next one. Anna, before we started Hound of the Baskervilles, we read through this, and we've read this book so many times I can't even tell you. But we did the same thing recently as we do with the Farmyard Tales, where we just read one story a night. And so this is the Fairy Tales, and it has the same illustrator, Stephen Cartwright. So I just love it. It has just the classic fairy tales, and it's just so gentle and sweet. So we have loved this book. Let me show you the sweet picture of, look at that. There's Cinderella running down the stairs. So sweet. So we love this one for reading aloud too for littles. And then these illustrated books are really good too. So there's a whole illustrated collection. They used to be sold as a collection, but they're not anymore because there's just so many. But I call them the puffy hardbacks. But we have tons of these puffy hardbacks. There's Aesop's, there's Bible, Greek myths. Really fun. But these are great for read alouds too, because the stories are not that long. This is one of the newer ones. And it's just, and they look so nice on your shelf. We've read this a few times too. Princes and Princesses. These are all 20 bucks each, $19.99. And a lot of these are stories like you've never heard of. You have, for the Prince and Princesses one, you have a couple of the traditional ones, you know, Cinderella, the Frog Prince, but then you get a lot because, I mean, how many times do you want to read Sleeping Beauty? It's in there, right? So it's nice to have some newer, you know, not well-known princess stories. So really like this one. So just see some of it. But it's good for read aloud for younger ones because look at the font. You know, like someone who's just starting to read will probably not try to tackle this. But it's great for read aloud. So we have tons of these. We even have a Shakespeare one. So good for reading aloud. But my favorite one is this one, the adventure stories. And you've probably heard me talk about this one before because I love it so much. And I was so surprised that my girls wanted me to read this to them multiple times. We've read through this one multiple times. And I don't know why I'm surprised, you know, but but it was good because I had never read, look at that. That just looks awesome, doesn't it? Just cool. It's just a cool looking graphic. I had never read these stories. The Count of Monte Cristo, Don Quixote. I knew about the musical, right? Man of La Mancha, Three Musketeers. So I've never read these stories, and I knew a little bit about a couple of them. But I was really excited, and it's great. It's just really great. Great read aloud. The girls, how old were they when I read them this? It was probably like 2 years ago. So they were like maybe 6 and 8, and they really enjoyed it. So if you're looking for a good read aloud, guys, check out our illustrated stories. Tons. We even have classics that have Huckleberry Finn, Phantom of the Opera, Dickens. I mean, there's just so many to choose from in our illustrated collection. All right, and then the last one I wanted to share with you, I'm not going to keep you long. Thank you for watching. Hey, Courtney, Jill, Brittany, hi, is this one. So we recently read this series aloud to Anna, which is super fun, great illustrations. She really enjoyed this series. And this guy, Cosentino, he is a magician, and he escapes. He's like an escape artist. And so he does these escapes, these tricks throughout his stories. And then it tells, if I can find one to show you. And then it tells how he did it. I'm going to find it. I'm going to show you. Okay. Oh, so this was so cool. So it like explains the trick, tells you how to do it. And like Anna wants to do this. Anna wants to get these foam balls and practice this magic trick, which which I think is fun. But so we had a really good time reading aloud this story. This series, there's two. This is actually the second one. The first one is called, I think, The Missing Ace or The Magic Ace. I know this is the second one, but it was just good. It didn't take long, you know, a few nights, maybe a week to read through this. And we just did one chapter a night. But anyway, there's tons more, you guys. I could keep talking, but I don't want to waste your time. Thank you so much for being here. If you're not a special peep, come on and join us. We're having so much fun. Big week this week. I'm not allowed to say here everything we're doing, but you need to come on over there so you can see, because you do not want to miss out on what's going on this week. So special peeps, if you're watching, be sure to check back in tonight for our bus stop and comment so you can get in on the special thing I'm not allowed to say here. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. A happy week. Oh, if you've been wondering, I had my 20th reunion this weekend, so I've been kind of out of town. And it was good, but it was kind of weird. There weren't a lot of people there, and I think it's because of Facebook. You know, like, I think part of the, at least in movies, you know, back in the day, you know, before social media, you'd have to go to the reunion to see, like, you know, how people have changed and what they're doing. We didn't have the social media, the way to connect. And it's like now you can go and see what someone looks like. You know, you can find them on Facebook. And so anyway, so I don't think maybe a lot of people didn't come for that, but the people who did come were exactly the people I wanted to see. A lot of my band nerd friends, and so it was just fun. It was a great time, just a great way to kind of have some closure on high school, you know. And anyway, I won Miss Congeniality. There weren't that many ladies to choose from. But I did earn the title Miss Congeniality at the reunion, so that was kind of fun because that's one of my favorite movies. I'll probably watch that tomorrow while I'm working. So anyway, thank you again. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys over in my VIP group for more fun later today. All right, bye everyone.